Hello, I'm Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. Today is finally my July wrap-up, so I will be talking about all the books I've read in July, which was a strange month. So I did finish 25 books, but I did not finish all my physical books. So every month I tried to read at least 10 physical books to finish all my unread physical books, but last month I did not do it. It's not that bad, but you'll see. I've read some weird books. Anyways, I'll start with most of the physical books. So I did read a classic, which is Récits by Pushkin, which is a Russian short story collection where only the first one was good in my opinion. There was also a weird retelling of Don Juan, which is like a French classic. It was weird, but anyway, so it was typical Russian lit, which means that not a lot were happening, but like the writing was good. The first story is called The Captain's Daughter. I think maybe it's not, I'm translating it because I read it in French. But yeah, so the first one was about like 200 pages and I kind of enjoyed myself. The rest not so good. There was 4 or 5. You know, at least I finished it, but I gave it 2.5 stars because, as I said, only the first one was good. Then my monthly Brandon Sanderson, I read Shadows of Self, which is the second book in the Wax and Wayne series. And honestly, I'm not like enjoying myself that much as I'm reading this. It's not as good as like the first Mistborn trilogy, which is kind of sad, but you know, still enjoying myself. It's typical Brandon Sanderson. The characters were nice, but like I just didn't really care about all of that. Then I read a very good book. This one, it's Black Cross by Greg Alls. This is very different from what I've read by him before. You're following the story of a doctor who was also a chemical engineer, and he worked for the UK during World War II. He was American. He helped the UK to study deadly gases. There's still the thriller part that I love in Greg Alls. But yeah, it was more historical fiction than thriller, I would say. It was very good. It was just a long book. I mean, it could also be considered as a political thriller. You know, it's not as good as other Greg Alls I've read, but it was very good. I give it 4.25 stars. Then I finished an audiobook. It's The Seventh Veil of Salome by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So this is a historical fiction. You're following a bunch of people that are all linked to a movie that's being produced. It's called The Seventh Veil of Salome. And honestly, there were like too many POVs. There's too many people. Just you're trying to like get into each of their stories, but it just wasn't working. No, I finished it because it was like the only audiobook I had available, but like it didn't work. And also I think it's the third book I'm reading by this writer, and I only enjoyed the first one, so I think I'm not gonna be picking up any other books by her. Okay, I'm losing my voice. Apparently I have like a cold or something. Okay, then a thriller. This one, Cold Case by Stephen White. I put it down before I finished it. Okay, in this thriller you're following the same people as you're following every time you read a Stephen White. Doing the same thing as they do all the time. It's very boring, but the main problem was the racist comment. It's recurring theme in his books, so that's why I put it down and I got rid of all the books I own by him that I hadn't read yet. But yeah, the end of this was very bad. Then I read my monthly Jane Ann Krantz, so I read Fired Up, and this arcane society novel. You're following Jack and Chloe and their quest to solve some mysteries that are related to the society and paranormal activities. It was interesting, but I did not like the romance in this, so I felt like Jack and Chloe didn't go well together, but the like thriller part was good, so I don't know. I gave it 3.5 stars, which is not that bad, but you know. Then I listened to an audiobook, then realized I actually own the physical copy, so I listened to Beautiful Bastard by Christina Lauren. I think honestly going to this with an audiobook was perfect. And this romance following Bennett and Chloe as they move from employee boss to like lovers. Their chemistry was insane, and the spicy scenes were just so good, like perfection. Christina and Lauren's older work is amazing. I don't like their newer work, but the older, chef's kiss. I gave it 5 stars. Really enjoyed this one. Then I read kind of like a non-fiction kind of book. It's Miss Peregrine's Museum of Wonders, an indispensable guide to the dangers and delights of the peculiar world for the instruction of new arrivals. It's by Ransom Riggs. So if you have read Miss Peregrine's book, like it follows peculiar children that have like superpowers and all of that, and this is more like a guide to the world. It talks about a bunch of random things. It's well illustrated. This is very pretty. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna rate it because it felt like a non-fiction, but it was very nice. I liked it. Very easy to read, and yeah, it was a nice book. And then I read I lost the dust cover, but I read a young adult. It's Fever by Lauren DeStefano. I'll put the book here. It's a young adult post-apocalyptic fantasy book, sci-fi. You're following a young girl who's trying to escape a dangerous situation. It's a world where like normal humans have almost disappeared and people do not live old. Overall, it was fine. The writing was not very good. Honestly, it was bad. And the story was fine. I think it's the first book in the series, and I'm not gonna read the rest. Like, nah, it's not for me. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I give it 2.5 stars. Then, my Louise Penny. I read A Better Man. Well, I didn't read it. I went through this as an audiobook, and I think it was the right move. So it's a Armand Gamache book. They are trying to solve the murder of a young pregnant woman. I enjoyed myself while I read this book, but I think it's because I listened to it. Honestly, I don't think I would have felt the same way if I read it. Overall, it was good. The plot was nice, not too complicated, because sometimes it feels like too complicated. I'm kind of, excited to read the next book because this worked really well. I feel like with Louise Penny, sometimes I don't like the book, sometimes I do. It's very complicated. Then, let's move on to ebooks. There's a lot of ebooks there. So, I finished The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. And okay, it's the first book in a duology, but the third book in the series. This felt like a middle book, where not a lot of things happened. But the thing is, a lot of things were happening in this book. It's just I couldn't get into the book. I think after the halfway point, I was like, oh, this is more interesting. But maybe there are too many things happening, but I did not enjoy this book as much as I enjoyed the first two, which is kind of sad because I was really enjoying myself. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep reading this because it's just, I didn't care. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the light in this place. Anyways, then I went on and reread 4 books. I reread Sizzling by Abby Glines. This is Georgia Smoke number 3. It's already, I think, my 3rd time reading this book. Also, I've reread Demons. It's Georgia Smoke number 5, also by Abby Glines. Then Legions, which is Georgia Smoke number 7 by Abby Glines. And then Hotter and Hell, Mississippi. It's this Mississippi Smoke series. It's the number 2, also by Abby Glines. After reading that, I got myself into a very long mafia series. It's Italian mafia. So started by reading Bound by Honor. It's the Born in Blood Mafia Chronicles number 1. It's by Cora Riley. It's the first book in this Italian mafia series. You're following Aria Scuderi. She's from the outfit in Chicago, and she gets married to Luca Vitiello. He's the capo, so the boss of the New York Italian mafia. I love them both, and their story was great. Also, like, what I really enjoyed with this series is the world building. I think Cora Riley is great. It's a very good first book in the series. I gave it 4 stars. Then I went on and read Bound by Duty. It's the Born in Blood Mafia Chronicles number 2. You're following Dante, who is the boss of the outfit, so in Chicago, and Valentina, which is a young widow. It was cute, not amazing. Honestly, I don't really care about the outfit because, like, I don't know, you'll see. There's a lot of other books coming up. I give this 3.5 stars. I still enjoyed myself. The spicy scenes in this series, amazing. Then I read Bound by Hatred. It's the Born in Blood number 3. You're following Gianna, which is the sister, who is the sister of Aria. Gianna is in Chicago, and then Matteo is the brother of Luca, so the boss of New York. I love Gianna. She fights for what she believes in, which was very nice. And also, she does not want kids, which I think should be, like, more in romance. Anyways, I think Matteo is a very good fit for her. I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4.5 stars. Then I read Bound by Temptation. It's the Born in Blood number 4. We're following Liliana, which is the sister of Aria and Gianna. She's in Chicago, and Romero, who is a soldier of Luca, so he lives in New York. Liliana was in love with Romero. I keep saying Romeo. Anyways, but she had to get married to a very old guy from Chicago, and you know, things have happened, and she ends up with Romero. And yeah, Liliana is like the sweet sister of the 3 sisters, and I liked her a lot. I enjoyed myself again. 4 stars. Then I read Bound by Vengeance. It's the Born in Blood number 5. You're following Cara in Las Vegas and Girl in Las Vegas. They are part of the Camorra. I'll come back to these people. So they're in Las Vegas. Cara's dad betrayed the Camorras, and Cara was given to Grohl as a gift. But I really enjoyed this. Yeah, it's also like the first glimpse into the Las Vegas mafia, and like the ending was perfect. And you see, I'll talk about the Las Vegas part later, but yeah, very good. Then I read Bound by Love. It's the Born in Blood number 6. You're following Luca, the capo of New York, and Aria. It's like part 2. It's about the thing that he did for her that do not go with his position. But you know, it was fine, but just repetitive. Like you're going back to the first book and all that has happened since then. But like more, you're following these 2 people. But yeah, I gave it 3.75 stars. Then I started the Camorra's Chronicles. Yeah. Okay, so I read Twisted Loyalties. It's the first book in that series. Are you following Fabiano? Fabiano is the brother of Aria, Gianna, and Liliana. He now lives in Vegas. And Leona, who is an outsider of the mafia. I love this. Like, it was amazing. I prefer this series than the first one. Anyways, it's way more violent, and it feels way more like a mafia book. But like, the sad part is that from what I've seen on Goodreads, people do not enjoy this series as much as the first one, but like, for me it's way better. So I gave this book 4.5 stars. Then I read Twisted Emotions. This is the second book in that series. You're following Nino Falcone. He is the brother of the Camorra's boss, so Remo, and Cara, which is Lucas' cousin from New York. It's an arranged marriage between two families to avoid war. Nino is very funny. Like, I loved him because, like, he has no emotions, but, like, it's made in a way that's, like, very funny. Yeah. And Cara is doing the best she could in that position. She had a very difficult past. Both her parents have passed. She was a victim of DV. Not DV, but, like, her uncle did things to her that shouldn't happen. But yeah, I love Cara. I think she was amazing. I love this book. It's 4.75 stars. And then my favorite book so far, it's Twisted Pride. This is the third book in the Camorra's series. And you're following Remo Falcone. He is the boss. And Serafina, who comes from the outfit. Remo kidnapped her, brought her back to Vegas. And, you know, things have happened. It's so violent. There's a war going on. Anyways, there's everything you want in a mafia book, and you have spicy scenes that are... I love Remo. Like, I'm in love with him. There, I said it. It's worth 5 stars. Then the last book I'm gonna talk about, so it's Painted Scars. It's the Perfectly Imperfect book 1. It's by Niva Altaj. It's a Russian mafia book, which is kind of funny because in the other series, the Russian are the enemy. And in this book, the Italian mafia is the enemy. You know, very funny. Anyways, you're following Nina and Roman. Roman is the boss. Nina is stuck in like this fake arranged marriage to save her father. It's not as good as the other mafia series I've read. Like, when I finished this book, I didn't want to keep on reading, so I read the other one and then fell in love. It's still worth 3.75 stars. I think there's like 18 books in that series, so maybe I will get back to it once I finished all the books by Cora Riley. But, you know, it was still a good month. I enjoyed myself reading, but now I need to go back to my physical books because... yeah. Anyways, also I want to say all the ebooks I've read are from Kindle Unlimited, so it was a very worth it month. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!